Dingoos, what is going on today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's freaking snowing out here in upstate New York. It's cold. Oh, man. But it is what it is. But today we're going to be talking about the best APY long-term pools. Why are we talking about this? Because everyone's goal, pretty much, if you're a normal citizen, normal man, is to earn enough passive income to cover your life expenses, right? To cover your bills, to kind of do what you want, have FU money, right? That's everybody's goal, is just to have FU money. If you don't want to do something, you know what you say? You say FU. And this is how you get there with long-term pools. Personally, I've been in DeFi for quite a while now, and yes, I've had a small stack kind of jumping around with APY pools, right? Oh, 400%. Oh, let's try it out. And then there's a lot of considerations you gotta consider: impermanent loss, slippage when moving your money around, withdrawal fees from the pools, gas, taxes. Obviously, long term, if you're trying to do long term, you also have to consider the inflation of US dollar. Or the inflation of token you're providing, right? So if you're providing with a yield farm token, you're going to get absolutely dominated, or well, you're going to get freaking screwed. You're going to get screwed. Why? Because your token's inflating by 500% over the course of a year. Yeah, you're going to get screwed, basically. So there's a lot of considerations you have to consider when yield farming. And these pools that I'm about to show you, yes, the APYs might not be 1,000%, right? But it's good. The assets are good. It minimizes all these considerations where you can sit back and be comfortable. And these are kind of the conservative, long-term, least consideration pools. And I think this is a very important episode to watch if you want to sit back, relax, have FU money, pay your bills, etc. Right? So let's jump in with the first ones are honorable mentions, and let's get this party started. All right, the first one, Alpha Finance. Alpha Finance has been one of the top yield farms in the space for like over a year now. It's been fantastic. I have some on Alpha on Ethereum. This is Alpha on Avalanche, right? So if you want to know how to use Avalanche, I'll link my video in the description. Avalanche tutorial. It's in the description. It's pretty straightforward. Avalanche is a great network. But anyways, these APYs are nice, and let's go ahead and explore what everything on this page means and what you want to consider when moving forward into one of these pools, right? So obviously these are insane APYs. Most of it has to do with volume, as you can see, trading fees, right? So these are the fees associated with an exchange. If you click here, you'll see yield farming. Joe is the decentralized exchange on the Avalanche network. That's 172% APY in Joe token. So this right here, this 172% APY is auto compounded into this pool. And if it wasn't auto compounded, Joe is a highly inflationary token. See, I would not hold Joe. I would not yield farm Joe. Why? Because it's highly inflationary. And that will act as a price suppressant, which offsets your APY, basically. So trading fee is what you want to look for. Maximize your trading fee while maximizing your impermanent loss, as well as you got LP for tokens you believe in. Like Avalanche USDC, this is probably a great pool. 384%, 144% yield farm on Joe. So this is probably a good long-term pool, right? Obviously, the APY will fluctuate greatly over time. Definitely could drop to 30, 40, 50%. But right now, it's very high. It probably will fluctuate between 500%, and the lowest it probably will go is maybe 30, 40, right? So over the course of a year, you're earning between 30% and 500%. So somewhere in that range. Yes, it's a big range, but no matter what, it's a relatively decent APY. On stables, you can earn a decent amount, 31%. Let's see here. See, that's the pool I would pick if I were going in this on Avalanche, on Alpha. That's the pool I would pick, would be this Avalanche USDC. That's the pool I would pick. That's the first honorable mention. The next honorable mention is ANKR. Why? Because ANKR V3 is coming out. Yes, I'm partnered with them. I like ANKR V3. It's one of the oldest DeFi projects out there. But the reason why I bring up ANKR V3 is because they're going to have an impermanent loss protection on LP pools, which is nuts. I need to look into the mechanisms, but I believe what they're saying, obviously. So you can really earn right now is 36% on stablecoins about, and that's pretty good, especially if you have it impermanent loss protection, right? So that's very good. And they also have a couple other things, Omnipool, which helps lower gas fees, auto compounding rewards, which is a lot of places have already, infinity pools. I need to look into this stuff, and maybe I'll get back to you on that. So honorable mentions, we got Alpha and we got ANKR, and let's get into the actual goody goods. ANKR is great, so is Alpha, but these are the ones that I personally use for my long-term pools. Number one, you guys know it. It is Beefy Finance. I mean, I talk about it quite a lot. Let's go ahead and switch up my wallets. First of all, let's just switch networks. Let's see here. Switch up my wallets. Alrighty. Connect wallet. Sorry, there's a lot of skirting around. When you go across all these different networks, you gotta switch networks. No, dude, that's not what I want. I want a different wallet, you turd. Connect it. That's what I want. Connect. All right. There we go. All right, let's take a look at these APYs. There's obviously one that I talk about all the time that's probably the best long-term pool. This is the best long-term pool in my opinion. Yes, everybody has different opinions, but this Try Crypto pool is my best long-term pool. It is my best long-term pool, guys. It's been between 30 and 60% APY for about 8 months. I've been LPing for 8 months. And if we go back to the original, I said taxes. Why did I say taxes? Because I've recently been I've been in contact with an accountant for a while now, but we recently been discussing these LP pools, these liquidity pools. And what he has said, this is how we're going to do my taxes this year, and this is probably the best guidance that I've heard so far. Yes, it's just what we're doing. Obviously, there's not clear guidance by the IRS, so this is like the best logical move forward. And if you hold these LP tokens, right, for longer than a year, right, you haven't realized your gain. It's long-term capital gains, right? So if you put your money in these pools for longer than a year, it could be, and that's how we're doing it. It's going to be taxed as long-term capital gains. That's how we're going to put it forward. Long-term capital gains. It makes sense. It's not, you haven't realized any revenue or income until you withdraw it from this pool. So if you leave it compounding and then take it out and withdraw it and sell it, guess what? It's long-term capital gains. It's long-term capital gains. Your LP tokens went up. Long-term capital gains, guys. So that's how we're moving forward with it, and that's another benefit of being in a long-term pool rather than a short-term pool. Anyways, let's move forward to my number 2. It is GMX. GMX is a great DeFi project. I'm part of the Blueberry Club, which was their whitelisted NFT. But guys, this is a great, you can get up to 50, 60, 70% off boost percentage after a while, right? So it's just a great project. It really is. Also GLP, which is kind of a stable coin. It stays around $1. You can earn 65% on that. It's great, guys. It's great. You really have to check out GMX. It's a great DeFi project. We can even check out how much volume they have done. 1.1 million in the last week. 1.1 million in fees, right? In fees. So they're generating revenue. They're distributing it to stakers. They have a great tokenomics. No inflation. There's a little inflation, but not a lot, right? Not a lot. Next is MStable. MStable nobody talks about, but is great. You can earn 20-30% on your stables. Look at this. MUSD, GUSD, 16 to 50. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. GUSD and MUSD are some of the best stable coins. So check out Meta. So there we go, MStable. And now let's go to Harvest on Polygon. One thing you also have to consider is USD inflation. So US dollar inflation, yes, over the last 2 years, US dollar inflation is probably between 15 and 20%, right? 15 and 20% inflation of the United States dollar. That's real inflation. Who cares what the Fed says, the Federal Reserve says? It's probably between 15 and 20% real inflation. They're out saying probably 8 to 10% over the last 2 years, but it's probably 15 to 20. But anyways, let's move forward and talk about how to hedge the US dollar, right? So you can You can earn APY on the euro. You can earn euro USDC if you want still to be exposed to the US dollar as well. The British pound, 53%. This is the Swedish franc, I believe, right? 44%, and I believe it's the franc, is one of the strongest currencies out there, right? It holds value very, very, very well. And then we got I believe this, I don't know what the AUR is, but that's 93%, right? So great APYs there. This video might be a little longer. This video might just be a little longer, guys. Olympus DAO. The reason why I bring up Olympus DAO and Wonderland is because the asymmetric risk to reward. And I think it's definitely worth just putting a little bit of money in, because guess what? Let's check out the APY. Let's see here. Come on, boys. Olympus, enter app, stake. All right, let's see here. So let's see, stake. I haven't looked at mine in a while, so let's see here. 7,000% APY. Yes, it's nuts. Yes, there's a lot of variables to consider, but I definitely think the risk to reward. You put 1,000 in here, great potential, right? Olympus DAO, great potential long term. Yes, it might fail, but the worst case scenario, you lose $1,000, right? Best case scenario, you have probably 20 to 50,000, maybe up to 100,000. Who freaking knows in the course of over a year, right? Which is nuts to think about, but that's what 7,000% APY will get you. And Wonderland is a little more nuts. Obviously, you might have heard of it by now. And lastly, we have ANKR protocol. It's been at 19.47 APY for the longest time, 8, 9, 10 months, I believe now. So 20% on a stablecoin, that's great as well. 20. And it's been consistent over time, guys. So those are the best APY pool, long-term pools out there. So make sure you shoot me a follow. My Blueberry NFT, the whitelist, I think is the public sale might be today, so I might grab a couple others. But anyways, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Sign up for the newsletter. I mean, this is the last week's newsletter. We put a lot of work in it. Link is in the description. You also get access to exclusive Discord, which we drop alpha. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you subscribe. And that is all for today, guys. Have a fantastic holiday season. I will see you later, and dingle. Peace out.